Generic greetings and welcome back once again to Prison Architect. Today's beverage is a very nice cup of tea, the good old reliable cuppa, hopefully the perfect beverage for the upcoming project. Speaking of projects, in the previous episode, it might have felt like we didn't do much, but it was, I don't think a creative episode, but it was definitely an episode that we got stuff done. And what I mean by that is we previously expanded, but we finished off putting in the we're removing the water and putting the flooring down, all of the foundations. We put in the exterior fences, both the standard fence and the electrified fence. We then connected that up to the power system. We got in the road gate and barriers and security systems and automation, and then did a fair bit of cloning over here. So we did get a lot done. It just, as I said, wasn't an overly creative episode. However, hopefully this one will be. In this episode, I would like to design, build, and complete, hopefully in one episode anyway, a church, the Lockdown Town Church, which I've decided is going to go here. So, severe weather detected. We'll have a quick look at that. It's going to be a couple of weak storms, nothing of great concern. So, we do currently have a small place of worship in the form of the chapel in here, but it's a very small and temporary thing. However, we want a more permanent thing, which is going to go in here. Why in here? Well, because it just seems to sit nicely within the houses. I don't think it would make much sense having it right next to this school, although it makes much sense as any place. But no, we are going to put it here. So, what are we going to do? Well, over to planning, and I have a rough idea of what I want to accomplish, but as always, the fun's in finding out if it's actually going to work. And we're going to run these pathways down. This is obviously going to be a road and the sort of sidewalk thing, the pathing either side. However, we might go to here and just turn it off this way, or bring it this way. I haven't yet decided. Like I say, the fun is in finding out. And the fences will be run like so, because this will be surrounded by a fence. Most likely it's going to be the fence wall like that, which has like these sort of spikes on the top, and it's sort of old school, almost like just piled up stone type of thing. Anyway, we'll use that, and inside here is going to be the church. Now, this is obviously a approximation of real life things, and I guess the thing we have to go off is, if we go to the chapel here, we have three things that can go in it. Well, technically you can put a pool table in if you really wanted to. However, we have an altar, pews, and a prayer mat. And the altar is a 3x2, and oh, it actually can go outside. Outdoor church, anyone? So we can do a 3x2. So I'm just going to shove this down somewhere, just there, okay? So there you go, that's the altar. The next thing are the pews, which the pews are a 4x1, like that. So ideally, I want a bit where you've got a bit back here, which has got all of the pews. You've got sorry, there are names for these things. Is it like the nave? Then you've got the transepts on the side, which is the wings of the church. You got the altar bit, and then is it the threshold or the crossing in the middle? It's not a skill set and a knowledge I possess about how to build a church, and the proper names for it. But anyway, I digress. That's going to be the idea. So, well, if we were going to say have the pews like that, that would determine that the outer wall is either directly next to this, like that. Ideally, you want it one further out. So that is the size of it, which is actually quite large, considering. Actually, no, not when you consider the size of these houses. That's actually quite small. Let's go big or go home then, shall we? We've got the space to do it. And in the middle, what we want is this is going to be the walkway. So this is going to be the walkway up to that, all right? Which means on either side, we want all of the pews, which are going to be like this, and we'll have the gap too. Yeah, we'll have the gap in there, which means that if I just do something like that, the walls will go along here. So that is the actual size of this thing. It's fairly massive. Okay, that's fine. And I don't know if it's not going to sit here. I'm probably going to push it up to maybe one side, maybe this side. I don't know. Anyway, we'll have that, and I want to have, say, well, what's the distance to there? That's 5, so I'm going to measure, sorry, was it 5 to the wall? It is 5 to the wall. So 5 there, wall goes across, job done, job done. And then maybe a couple down from this. Maybe one. We're going to have this come out. And that's going to be 5. 5. And then this will come down. It's looking a bit blocky, isn't it? It's a very big block. Yeah, and there's a lot of wasted space. Although we're going to put like stuff around here, and we put pews either side and other things. Okay, let's just 8. 8 by 8. Because I think these have to be roughly the same size as that. But that means that this thing is going to be actually genuinely just massive. 11. Let's just try 11. Is it going to look stupid? 11 by... Is this... What's that? 13? 15. Oh, no, we're not going to do that. By 11. I mean, that's more the form factor that we're aiming for, truth be told. 11, 11, 11. Then down. And I don't know how far down. But something like that. And then there will be... There is a bit back here, isn't there? There's another name for the bit at the back, but I think it's where they just store the gym equipment. And then there will be like a little porch, for the lack of a better term, and that can go in there. Okay, well, that's the form factor I'm going to work with. I'm going to say that is the size, and if this were to be the entrance, which, you know, I would like to flip this, but I'm not going to, because it's going to look better this way. So, 15... 11, 11, 11, 11. Yeah, all that's 11. So this needs to just go as far back to this as we possibly can. So we need to go... How am I going to do this? I need to move this over there. I mean, I wish there was a way to just... Is there a copy plan? Custom. Clone the plans. Clone the plan. No, that doesn't work. Alright, so we're just going to have to shift it up by 2 and then across by a couple. So, well, we know this is going to go there. Let's start with that. And then it's 11, isn't it? Then it's... Ah, no. But it's up by 2. So it's that. So is that 11? It is. So 11. This was 15. Yes, indeed. 15. Then basically we now know, yeah, we now know where we're at. So it's 11 and down. And that comes in. And that's still wrong. Is that right? Yes. So 11, 11, 11, oh. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. To there. Then this just comes down. To say that. Doesn't matter at this stage. And have I successfully moved it along? 11, 11. Autosave, 11, and you're probably sick of me saying 11, but there we go, done, in. Okay, which means the objects then will be 4 and 4, and let's just continue building down. I don't know if, like, this, if the genuine is like an oversized thing. We can, I don't know if there's an oversized, yeah, chapel size. I think this... That's fine. There's going to be, like, say, a wall going across there, a couple of entrances into the sort of storage bit, and then this will be... we could have 3, couldn't we? Not just the one. No, we're going to have it quite large as an entrance, and then have it as that. Yeah? Yeah? Something like that. I don't know what you put on these either sides. I don't know what purpose that serves. Let's just double check to see if that's in the middle. 5 there. Nope. So it's 5. Yes. 5. And 5. Done. Okay, foundations more. What are we making it out of? Well, obviously we're not going to go with concrete or rusty wall or anything like that. Or glass. What would be the most fitting wall for this thing? I genuinely don't know. Wouldn't be a wooden church. Let's go more classic is what we're aiming for. I mean, concrete? It's just general grey building. I don't want it this colour. I know it's concrete. It's just gonna... We don't want cushioned wall. Although we might put some cushioned walls in. There's Art Deco. Don't know what sort of church we're gonna have there. Derelict wall. Classy stuff. Death row's a bit dark. Bottled wall. Oriental wall. You know what? I'm going to place some walls. We're going to do a bit of a test, shall we? So, there's an Oriental wall. There's concrete, which I feel is probably what we're going to go with. Okay, so just waiting for these to be built. I should point out these reinforcement rebar things. I wonder if they're going to affect the building in any way. So this is the walls that we have here. Definitely not the top one, and I don't think any of the others would really work anyway. I think genuinely it's gonna, of all things, the concrete. I don't really want the Utani or the Minsec wall. Death Row might work, but is that sending the wrong signals? Let's just build some and we'll see how we get on with it. See which one I prefer out of the two. And like I say, I think I'm just looking for dark stone. Really, that's the sort of thing we're looking for. But there isn't really anything. There's the fence wall, but no, not really. And it's so dark that I can't even see what's going on. Anyway, I know that is the size we want. So what we'll do is we'll go over to the planning and then the walls. And then this is going to come across there. Because as I said, sorry, not walls. It's going to be the fences here. So we can at least put the fencing in. So over to fencing and the fence wall. And we're just going to drag this around. And this is something that's relatively new, I think, this stuff. I believe this is it from the sort of undead type DLC? So there's the concrete and there's the death row, and I think we are just going to have to go with, for the lack of a better option, just concrete, really? The rusty won't work, will it? Let's try rusty wall. It might just have something about it. The derelict wall. Again, don't want to send out, like, signals about this, but I just want to see what the best is. Definitely not that. Derelict? Derelict works. That's what we're going to go with. Okay, that's why we do testing. Excellent. So more and wall derelict. Let's go ahead and get this thing built. So it's going to take a bit of money to make this thing, but not that we're short on money. And the doors will be, I'm going to go with single doors there and there, and then we will put a bit of wall in that section there, and we'll do a similar thing to that. Okay, the foreman's calling, and we're receiving some free stuff. Speaking of stuff, we've got a vending machine there, and of all things, that was like an auto water system, I think. So yeah, this is the church that's going in. Let's demolish the walls, we'll demolish those, and see how this goes. Obviously, we will put graveyards. This will all be designated as graveyard, which I don't think the undead can spawn, because we haven't got that option on, but, well, the fun will be in finding out, right? So, if we're going to have this, then it would be probably a bit remiss of me not to have the road come past here. So we'll join it up there. I think we will probably do that. So let's go ahead and go for pathways, and is that by 7? So it's going to be something like that. This, we could also have a pathway like that. It would be a bit weird though, so we're probably going to have it maybe along and then down this section, but haven't yet decided. This is going to be coming along here, which will be 6, because we've already got this path in. So yeah, just seeing what's happening here, going across to this part maybe, and then coming down. And then we've got this huge section, which we have spare. We've got all of this as well. And yeah, that seems to work. The other option is we run the road up and across. Let's see what that does. So we'll run it, say, there. 7 and 6, I think. Yeah, because we've already got the pathway in. And there's the road. That's actually a bit more interesting, I think. I think we might go with that, you know. Not that it's a big concern. We're not, like I say, focusing a huge amount on that. Right, anyway. So we have 75 rats in the facility, so I am just going to call in the pest control. And yeah, the rat trap is apparently doing nothing. It is getting to a point now where I don't know what else I can do other than edit a save file, which I'm certainly not ruling out. Okay, let's see how we get on. So there is the wall derelict, which actually looks pretty much as I envisaged it. Good. Okay, so that's now in. That's what we wanted. We want to have then the other interior walls. So we're going to go with the derelict wall, which is going to go there, there, and there. These ones back here. And for the doors, we've used these doors, but is there something a bit better, a bit more fitting? We've got gates, which, well, we'll put the gates on the front like that, and while I remember, we'll obviously do derelict walls there, and I'll let them crack on with building while we look at other things. Flooring-wise, obviously all this is going to be grass, so we'll set this to grass. We're going to have a mixture in here of trees and... don't know why I'm messing around, because you can just go straight over the top like that. Yeah, we're going to have a mixture of trees and headstones and such in this one. But back to the walls, we have barn doors, which don't really work. Picket fences, no. Secret doors, bamboo. Saloon doors. Keycard doors. I mean, the one we've went with is the most neutral out of them all, almost. Logistical error once again. It's almost not worth mentioning these days. I mean, I like the idea of these book doors at the back, these secret ones. But I don't know if we're going to bother with that. Of all the things, you know, I do think the barn door is the one that fits in the most. So we're going to use that. I will dismantle these doors and we'll replace them. Oh dear, it seems that our prisoners have a drug problem, potentially. I'm going to do a shakedown tonight, by the way. It's going to be a fairly big shakedown. Because we can now hopefully remove the supply of tools. Don't know if that's actually going to be out there. Don't know if that's actually going to happen, but, well, let's say the fun's in finding out. So it's currently sleep time. Shake down all sectors. We need to remove the supply of stolen tools and weapons. Are we going to be able to do any of it? We shall see. Also, I will probably end up finding some sort of tunnel. Or 27. So, the flooring is getting placed, which is good. I'm going to prioritise the removal of the doors, just so we can put them... I'm going to prioritise the removal of the doors, just so I can put them back in. No, that's not... that's not what I meant. What I meant is, so I can replace them with the proper doors, which is these barn doors, which is what we're using. And inside here, what are we going to have? Well, tell you what I am going to have. Over in this corner, I'm going to put in a water boiler to power up, to connect water to the left and to the right. So we will have that in there, so a little outside boiler. And we'll have to put the outside bit as well. So let's go ahead and put some lighting in. So lighting, 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 like so. This is about right. Something like that. And this is more places for people to have to clean. That's a big drama. And I heard a noise there, and I thought it was remove the supply of things. Has there been any tunnels? Remove tunnels. Not seeing it. I mean, I've searched how many places? It's ridiculous. And we still haven't removed the supply of tools or weapons. It's probably not going to happen, truth be told. Okay, let's just power this up. And the workers will have to put the flooring in. What flooring are we going to use? Dark wood floor? I believe so. I believe so. Dark wood floor. For all of this, we might then redo a centre section of it. And concrete tiles will run from there up to there. Could use tainted, but its walk speed's slow, and, well, I don't want to tempt fate. Deaths. Overdosed. Looks like we didn't get to them in time. Number of rats in the prison is 70 once again. Pest control, bring them in. More pest control, the better. And how are they getting on with this? Not terrible. Not terrible. I'm going to go ahead and put in... I don't think we can use more foundation. No, we're going to have to use the standard building brick. And it's going to be like this. It's going to be our little boiler room. Like that. And I think that'll reach the other places. But we'll see. It's going to require a door, so a staff door can go there. And that's starting to look nice. So, for this, we're going to have in chapel. Hang on, chapel. The altar. And the pews. Are those the right orientation? Or is that the right... Oh, I always get them the wrong way around. No, that's the right orientation, I believe. If it's not, well, let me know and I'll come back and change it. And I haven't got like columns in or anything. We haven't bothered with any of that. There's also not really like any reason for these left and right bits to exist. Logistical error. Free stuff once again. Yeah, we may put some more stuff there. What else? Chapel. Prayer mats. Tempted to put like prayer mats like this. Alright. That's massive. And graveyard. Outdoor and ornamental gravestones are required. Looks like this is being placed as well. So, what do we have as the flooring for that thing? Not that it really matters. We have some grates. Did I use grate? I did use grate. Don't know, I remembered that. And utilities, water boiler, electrical cable, which will go like that. Like that. And water pipe, like so. And then we can do the heating, which will run hot water pipes like that. Like that. And then hopefully this will work like that. Good. Looks like we could do with another about 40 workers, but we will manage with what we've got here. He says, do I want to buy more workers? We are going to be doing a lot of building in our future, and it's not as if we haven't got the funds, right? Speaking of that, can we ditch some programs? Not now. There probably was a good time to ditch them, but I don't need to. I'm going to get a couple more janitors and some more gardeners. And yeah, I do think we now have 70 permanent residents in the form of rats. But there's been no cable gnawed through, which is useful. Which is indeed useful. Oh, I'm not a big fan of that. It might look better once we've connected up the rest of it, though, so we'll see. See how we get on. That's been installed. Yes, it is. I mean, this technically can now be used. If we were to just go to chapel, we could designate the whole thing as chapel. And it would actually work. So, programs. It is spiritual guidance. Now, there's 2 in the queue. So I'll see if they actually start using that. I'm going to remove all of the planning. Don't need that. And I think the workers have ceased building in here. And instead of... They have indeed put in all of that. Is the flooring stopped? Yes, for whatever reason the flooring stopped. I've probably right-clicked at some point. Okay. So, radiator then can go in there and there. Just going to check this tunnel out. Won't be legitimate, it would come down across, so that's fine. And obviously hot water pipe straight across like that. Hot water pipe insulation. I'll talk to that fella in a moment. Actually, might as well do it now. He's going to just say there's free stuff, yeah. Boiler insulation. And pipe insulation small. Like that. Is there any other insulation here that we need to do? Nope, there is not. And then finally, this hot pipe insulation, but I think it'll be pretty much okay. So we just need graveyard. Graveyard. Do that. And I'll remove this section of graveyard. It doesn't make much sense. But this requires ornamental gravestone. Gravestone. An ornament. Oh, there's gravestone. An ornamental gravestone. Okay, what I'm going to do, I'm just going to randomly place these ornamental gravestones, okay? And they are just going to be, as you said, like just random like that. And as you rotate them, they actually change the look of them, which I think is quite cool. But the gravestones, those, yeah, they're supplied for every death that takes place. We've had 45 fatalities. Would it be worth placing those and having this as an active graveyard? Possibly. I think so. I think it's possible. So let me just put in the. I just put this in. Again, I have to stop myself from. I keep pausing it as just as a matter of course. And the road. Which will go there and there. And there. And a bit of grass. And I do think that with those done, that is everything pretty much working. Definitely need to... I don't know why I'm calling in the emergency pest control again, because they're not doing anything. But yes, I do think that is a nice first pass. I don't know if it's going to be used. I don't know if it was worth our time, but it's definitely a one to tick off the list of, yes, we did always want, and had on the plan, to build a church. And we have one. We have a chapel. There's still lots of empty space, which we need to fill with something. Let me know what you think in the comments, and as always, we will go from there. That's been a bit of Prison Architect. Next episode, we will probably put a bit of road in here. I'm tempted with, as I said, the kennel on this side and the sort of dog park. Maybe I just start cloning some more houses and put some of these houses over here. It's all up in the air. Let me know what you think, and as I said, we will go from there. Hope you have enjoyed the episode and the series thus far. Comments in the comments. Thank you very much for watching. Take care, and generic partings.